Hi guys, and welcome to the IGTSH channel tonight for a brand new stream on Gran Turismo Sport for the second round of the Clash of the Teams, the COTT, organized by IGTSH and GTHR. Second round of the group stage tonight after a really great first round that we had last Tuesday on Catalunya, Barcelona, with the Red Bull X2014 Junior. And after the first round in Group X, we'll go in England right now in the little track that is Goodwood circuit with the Group 4, the Aston Martin Vantage Group 4. Really good combo, and we'll talk about one of the organizer and the one that will co-cast with me tonight, Richie from IGTSH. Hi Richie, how are you?
Hi. Well, thanks for coming, guys. Thanks for tuning in to this championship. Second round, obviously. Last round. This time last week we had Barcelona, as my friend Roman kindly mentioned. So yeah, we are back on the fully British-inspired round. We have all the teams lined up on the grid. Obviously, we have had some really good results from last week. We've seen very exceptional things as well, such as a driver actually achieving the full available points in terms of the individual drivers championship. We saw that only in the house. Obviously, we do not measure the individual points, only team points, but he did get the maximum points available. But even better, KSR GP team also managed to get the maximum points available for a team in Group C. So that was very impressive.
So before seeing the scoreboard and the actual combo for this round, hi to everyone, obviously, and to everyone that will be on the rediffusion, the replay, and welcome to D4TC Stream Racing. So welcome to the stream. So we'll soon go on track for qualifying sessions. That will be a 15-minute long session. Then we'll have a 15-minute race, and last but not least, a 30 minutes long race with a particular grid lineup that we will explain between race 1 and race number 2. But we need to focus on the scoreboard, I think, and I think we got a superb presentation right here. So after first round in Catalunya, Barcelona, Group A right now, best team is for us in France, Zefix Motorsports in P1, actually, in the Group A standings with 363 points right now, so a really great gap for them, ahead of the independent GTHR Hungary with 326 points. The biggest surprise, I think, from the whole maybe Group A is flat out erasing Black. Really impressive, because they were really far away, I think. So yeah, it was pretty impressive from them, 236 points. And at the other end, the biggest shock with P5 right now for MTK Budapest Esport, only P5 of Group A with 183 points. So yeah, for now they barely qualified. So yeah, they must do better to go in semifinals. So yeah, we'll see standings in a better position, but after we'll need to go on the round intro because qualifying session is now underway. Hi David, how are you? So, like we said, round intro for the round number 2. We are on a 100% British combo on Goodwood circuit with the Aston Martin Vantage 4. So here is
Oh, yeah, well, that goes to me, the glory of doing that beautiful hot lap and the editing as well. It wasn't a particularly good lap, but it certainly shows a fairly good pace around this circuit, roughly what the guys will be looking at.
So it's really pretty difficult to make zero mistake on an hour-long session between qualifying and the races. It would be really hard to avoid any mistake on turn 4, mainly really hard corner. Can't see the ending fast or let's more powerful driving.
Especially with the controller, obviously we have some drivers using the controllers, and in the last bit of chicane to actually get a good amount of speed through there, you really need to be committed and also going quite close to the walls, as close as you dare really. So that's going to be a bit more difficult for the controller guys to get right. But at the same time, another reason why the controller will actually suffer is because we actually have a decent level of tire wear in this round, and the controller is obviously known to be a little bit worse on tire wear. So we will see how the controller guys using the DualShock will actually be doing.
Okay. So really interesting. We must say that there's a lot of drivers that are at home technically. A lot of British on this Group A. Compared to other nations, it's pretty clear. So it will be interesting to see how they will perform on this particular track. Really, we don't see Goodwood a lot in championships or FIAs, so it will be really interesting to see how driver will evolve on this. So before the end of qualifying, we need to present our 14 drivers and 7 team, I think, for this Group A. So first of all, we got in the ZFX Motorsports team that is currently in P1. So they have the exact same lineup than round 1. So Goodwood from France, obviously, the only French driver of this Group A and of the entire grid, I think. There's no other French driver right now except him. So it's very interesting to see how he will evolve. Then we got his teammate. Unfortunately, not a good moment to show him, but it will be Sikkim, the American driver from ZFX. His teammate, 2 races win on last round, so it's been pretty good. No, it was two race win, I think, for him. No, last round.
Sorry?
It was 1 or 2 race win for Sikkim last round.
No, I think Adam Wolf took the second one from IGTSH, so it was only the first round that Sikkim won, and he actually came P3 in the second race after a magnificent drive from Philo.
Yeah, it was okay. Then in P2 on the standings, we have IGTSH with a brand new lineup. So no Adam Wolf, for example. We'll got the team manager on track tonight for you with Dixon. So good luck to him. And his teammate, that will be Soichi from
Sochi.
Yeah, from IGTSH. So yeah, good luck to Soichi. It's the best that I can do.
Yeah, it's close enough. It's a really difficult letter to pronounce in Hungarian.
For now, I think purple. So yeah, it's pretty great start for him right now. And then we got the MTK Budapest Esport team right now in P5 from Group A. Pretty dangerous position for them. We'll get Neo Levy, the English driver that we already saw last week, and then the other driver that was Pepe will be replaced by Atish because it's Hungarian.
Yeah.
So MTK Atish is number 22. Good luck to him. The first time that I will see this driver evolve on track. Then we got Tiana Philo for We Are Driven Gold. So one of the 3 We Are Driven team on track between every group. In Group A we got the Gold team. So We Are Driven Gold with Tiana Philo right here. And his teammates that will be Ace Killers? No? Yeah, Ace Killers.
Yeah.
Good memory. Ace Killers, his teammate with number 94. So they are right now in P4 on the standings, right behind Flatout E Racing Black, one of the two team racing for them, with Burnt Fry right there. First of their 2 drivers that was already here last week, and his teammate that will be Dudes, I think. No, it's Tanso. Oops. It's Russell, new driver that I don't know right now. So
is Russell actually.
Russell.
So yeah, he's a brand new. He's new to the championship. He was actually a very late substitute by the team.
Okay.
Originally, we were gonna have the same lineup as last week, but then Russell stepped up, and yeah, he's gonna be racing for us today.
So yeah, big expectations for them because there was a true revelation of last week of round 1 in Group A. Now they were second to last after pre-qualifying, and now they are actually in P3 on the standings of Group A, and technically qualified for semi-final. It will be hard to stay on P3 and to stay in the qualified for semi-final, because remember, you need to be on the top 4 of every group or to be the best of the P5 technically. So yeah,
exactly.
To be selected, it will be hard. That's why for now MTK is really struggling, because they are in P5 and actually there's the 15th on the standings, so technically they are not qualified. They really need to get better.
Yeah, they are just on the verge of elimination. It's very close.
Hey Laszlo, how are you? Then we will got Tanso Racing with Dudes, that was already here last week with number 16. Dudes and his teammate, that will be TRJ Gaz, or the British driver, both racing for Tanso Racing. And last but not least, we got Lithuanian team L team with Tamosius right there, and his teammate that is
So
I don't find him on the.
He's doing a very good job actually, in second place.
Oh yeah, okay, I just found it. Thanks.
The Danish flag.
Yeah, Shenso, like I said, with a Danish flag, from L team from Lithuania. So yeah, it will be really interesting. They are actually in last place of Group A, but really close with P6. That is Tenso Racing. Hi Paitsy, how are you? Little bit like I get it now, you know. I get the pronunciation now, but it will be hard because right now, after more than the half of qualifying, the 2/3 I think of this qualifying session, it's for now Sautier, that is in pole position, 113.8 from him, 3/10 away from Chenso in P2, 114.1. So yeah, only one driver on 113, it's the IGTSH driver. Then we got both the FX driver in P3 and P5, P2 and P4, because Gregu just dropped in a 114.0, so really great lap from the French driver, 2/10.5 away from Soti. Then in P4 his teammate, the American Sikkim, that did a 114.102. I think it was a 114.200. So it's still a great lap from Sikkim right now in P4. Then we got the other IGTSH driver with Dixon in 114.4. First MTK Budapest driver Atish with a 114.7, 13 milliseconds ahead of Philo, first driver for Were Driven, and just beat by Neil Levy, the other MTK that just gained 2 positions, ahead now of Philo and Atish, his teammate. So both MTK's driver are in P6 and P7, and they really need to stay P6 and P7 right now. So a good 114.6. Then in P9 we got Tamosius in 115.009. So yeah, for now pretty the first driver in 115, so they are 8 right now to be under 115. Then after the second L team driver we got the first Tanso with TRJ Gaz in P10 with a 115.060. Then 115.090 for the first Flat Out Racing driver, that is Russell, for his first on the championship of the Clash of the Team. Then in 115.100, so a really close battle between Tanso, Tamosius from L Team and Flat Out Racing. Really close battle. It's Burnt Fry in 115.100. So really close between these 4 drivers. Then in P13 we got the first of the 2 drivers that is a bit struggling right now. really in a lot of struggle. It's Ace Killers, 115.8 for the second we are driven driver. So once again, Ace Killers is unfortunately pretty far away from Philo. It will not be able to go up in the standings because Dudes just did a 115.5, just gained one position away from Ace Killers. P13, the British drivers are really struggling right now, except for Neo Levy.
Yeah, Neo Levy is actually Hungarian. Obviously with the Hungarian flag, but we do have some Hungarians living abroad, so he is representing the UK, but he is Hungarian at heart. In the meantime, I would like to just give the viewers a quick update on what's happening in the other groups. So actually in Group C, we've just finished qualifying. We actually have a 1-2 from the GTGC, the Gran Turismo Greek community, with a 13.7, a very, very good lap by the two Greek drivers. And in Group B, we have a 13.8 from Oli in the house on pole, and then we have the two GTHR drivers behind him.
So for our best lap, is it Sauti or...
The best overall lap is done by the GTGC drivers in Group C on 113.7. It's a very impressive lap.
Yeah, pretty good lap. Okay. So yeah, it will be great to see every drivers on semi-final because there will be a lot of level. I think it will be really close, really enjoyable to watch. But for now, we need this round and two other for the group stage. We have time to see them coming. For now, it will be this round 2 on Goodwood. First and only round on Group 4 because I think there is every categories on the game right now. And Sikkim just took pole position from Soti, 3 milliseconds ahead.
Wow.
Only 113.854 for Sikkim, and Zefix driver are now P1 and P3. So big improvement for the French team, because they have only one wish this one is to win the Group A standings ahead of the IGTSH that were first after pre-qualifying session.
Yeah, we've myself and Akos actually managed to get the first place in qualifying, but obviously the power differences seem to be different per round as we are allowed to swap drivers, so we can see a lot of people actually on track.
Dudes just ameliorated his best time, but will stay in P13, 115.4. Goodwood just stopped, so he will not improve. And now pole position should be between Sikkim and Sochi. We'll see. So first it will be Sikkim that will drop his last lap. Last lap, unfortunately for him, he will not improve. Will Sochi be able to grab this pole position? Last try for him. As Dixon also will not be able to improve. Only Sochi and Chenso in top 5 can improve. Sochi will stay behind in P2, unfortunately for him. But Chenso right now is in purple, even if it's really early in the lap. Will Chenso be able to take pole position away from both IGTSH and Zefix drivers? Only other driver from this top 5 to be away from those two teams and ahead of both MTK Budapest driver. Neo Levy will not improve. Atish will not improve. Philo will not improve too. So yeah, we just need Chenso. Ace Killers will improve, but will stay, unfortunately for him, in last position of this qualifying session. And Chainsaw, last corner, a lot of grass. And on the line, will improve to take P3 ahead of Gregu. One position gained for the L-Team driver, Chainsaw. Great improvement. And I think that's it. So it will be pole position, second pole position for the American driver Zefik Sikkim, 3 milliseconds away from IGTSH Sochi. In the second row, it will be Chainsaw ahead of the other Zefix driver Gregu. So a really great one for L Team. Chainsaw will help them be able to be ahead of both Tanso and Flatout Racing drivers for, and maybe also we are driven gold actually. So yeah, it's a really great one for L Team. Gregu in P4, like we said. In P5 we'll have IGTSH Dixon to close out this top 5. That will start in third row. Then both MTK Budapest Esports driver with Neil Levy in P6 and Atish in P7. Last of the fourth row driver will have TNR Philo. So the British driver from We Are Driven, once again ahead of his teammate. In P9, the other L Team driver. So yeah, I think they will be able to take third row in the second race. We'll wait Richie to finish his standings.
Yeah, I just need to calculate, but it's a really good thing to see all the top 3 taken by 3 different teams. I think it's the first time we've had it.
Yeah, nearly, because Tamoshus is behind MTK drivers and Tiana Philo. We'll see what will happen. Then last on the top 10 it will be Tanso driver TRJ Gaz, and we will be underway for first race tonight. 15 minutes race. In P11 we'll have Russell, I think, from Flatout Racing. Then his teammate in 6th row with him, Burnt Fry. In P13 the other Tanso driver, Dudes. And then in P14 we'll have the last English driver from We Are Driven, Ace Killers. Now we are ready for 15 minutes of racing here at Goodwood for round 2 of the Clash of the Team, and we're on the way with a brilliant start, I think, from both Hikem and Sochi, really far away from everyone. Ooh, be careful between the American and the Hungarian driver, and Sochi will take first position on the inside of... Oh, and behind, someone went really far away. We'll see.
That's one of the MTK drivers back there.
Sikem in P2 and Gregu overtook Chenso. Then it will be Dixon trying to take advantage for the L Team driver for P4. Great defending from Chenso, and now Dixon is being attacked by Philo. In fact, that just took both MTK Budapest driver. Is ahead of both of them. It's a terrible start for them actually, because they are both out of top 8 and they were starting in P6 and P7, so poor start from MTK Budapest drivers. Philo really putting the pressure on Dixon. Then ahead we got Sikem and Sochi battling away. In P7 right now it's Russell. Great start from him from P11 to P7 for the flat-out races. Then we got, unfortunately, Gaz with the little mistake there. 3 position lost. And MTK Atish will take back P8. He's only 1 spot away from his starting grid line. And then we got in P9 Tamoshus that will stay in P9. Oh, and a big crash on the back. What just happened with 2 drivers? And it's Ace Killers and Gaz. We'll just see what's happened. Gaz, yeah, okay, it was by himself, and Ace Killers too. So Neo Levy, that was the driver, did exactly the same mistake on lap 1. I didn't see if he was, let's say, helped to go out, or if it's by himself, but Neil Levy just dropped from P6 to P12 after a lap number 2. Welcome to the Tanso Racing Group channel, and welcome to this stream. And for now we got big battle with P1's racing between Sikem and Sochi, and just behind Gregu being attacked by Chenso for P3. Sikem will not attack, and Chenso on the outside of turn 1. Really close gap between him and the grass, and I think Gregu will stay ahead of Chenso. Great battle from the 2 drivers. On the outside, Chenso on Gregu is still not able to take this position. Brilliant racing, and Chenso on the outside of turn number 3 will take P3. in fact, away from the French driver. Great battling, but unfortunately now they are 2.3 seconds away from 30 and Sikkim. Oh, and Sikkim is out! Sikkim's out of the track. What did happen for the... American driver? Oh, yeah, it's a mistake from himself. Oh, really, yeah. Really unlucky. And now he's in P6 because every drivers on the group of Chainsaw with Greg and Dixon overtook him. And now he's battling for P5 with Russell from Flatout. That take a lot of position, in fact. So Sikkim will go back in P5. But I think another... Oh yeah, it's Atish, I think. No? No, it's Philo. Philo that was in P6. Philo really lost a lot of position. I don't know what happened for the wheel-driven driver. So yeah, it's pretty bizarre.
We are unfortunately seeing quite a few mistakes, but in the end, it's in the nature of the track, and luckily, it's not because of racing; it's because of the personal mistakes. Yeah. And it's just shows the concentration needed to actually get a really good time on the track.
We didn't see turn 1, so I don't know if Neo Levy went outside by himself or not. But yeah, it's really that. It's really personal mistake. So for now, really huge gap of 2.4 seconds for Soti. That is for now the only driver up in the lead. Nobody is following him. And for now it's Chainsaw with the best lap, 1:14.9, with Gregu following him. Dixon just lost the slipstream and will be chased by Sikkim, that succeed to get rid of Russell. Then we got Tamosius that is now in P7, so he gained 2 positions since the start. Dude that was in last place, I think. Dude was last on the grid and now he's in P8. So really impressive start for him too in the first 4 laps. Now in lap 5, I hope we do. Oh, and Atish is out. Okay, yeah, he did save this car, but it was close. He will only lose a position to his teammate Neo Levy. But yeah, it was really scary moment for him.
Just went a bit too wide on the entry.
And now Neo Levy is in P9. A great recovery, at least for Neo Levy, that went out at turn 1 of lap 1. And now on lap 5, already got up from 5 to 5 position. So yeah, it's not that bad for Neo Levy. Good recovery. Then we got, so Atish is now back in P10. Philo in P11. I think he made a mistake earlier because it wasn't that far away. And then Burnt Fry from Flatout is in P12, pretty far away from his teammate. And Gaz just overtook in the background Ace Killers for 13th position. Hey Sensei Yakosh, how are you? Hope you're good. And yeah, right now your teammates are in P1 and P4, battling with Zephyx Motorsport for Group A leading position. Really close, actually. And Sochi actually running with a 1.3 advantage. And right now, Chainsaw is really closing the gap. Like, Chainsaw is really fast right now. Really impressive, because Chainsaw, I think it was already him from L Team in round 1.
Yeah, he also did a really good job in Barcelona as well. I think he actually recovered from quite far back because unfortunately his teammate had a poor qualifying performance, so they started last. But I think Chainsaw did pull it back to a very good position.
I think that L Team can chase for P5 or even in P4, and can be a candidate for the qualification in semi-final. Like we can see, it will be really hard, unfortunately, for both Tansos and Flatout Racing. Even though we saw Flatout doing an amazing job in round 1, it will be hard to keep with this amazing level of competitiveness. between every teams right now. So yeah, it will be pretty hard, I think, and really close battle, intense battle for every of those teams to get this last spot from Group A. And like we said, it can only be 4 because it will only be the 2 of the 3 best P5's position on the group. So now 1 second separating Sochi and Chenso. Gregu still following the Lithuanian/Danish driver, and we will have a 6 minutes battle for the lead between these 3 drivers. Back then we got Dixon 4 seconds away, but still managed to take a good seconds to... Ooh, Sikkim really struggling with connection right now, I think.
Yeah, he is from a different continent, so we have to give him that. But I was about to say that obviously he did make the mistake on the first lap, or I think the second lap, I believe. So he will be doing some damage limitation here, obviously trying to catch up to Dixon. So I think there will be some battling going on by the end of the race between these 2 guys.
We'll need to see. Oh, and then there's the driver Eskilers. Unfortunately, really tough race for him in P14 that just been tagged by the chicane once again, I think. So really far away, unfortunately, from Gaz. They were battling, but it will have to stop there. Back on the lead right now because Chenso... Oh, I think it was Neo Levy. Yeah, Neo Levy just overtook Tamosius for P6. So yeah, great job from the MTK drivers that was out after turn 1 of this race. So really impressive recovery from P14 to P6 ahead of Tamosius. The team driver that is still following. On the background we can see Dudes trying to stay in P8 ahead of Atish from MTK and Russell from FOE. And now we'll need to focus on this battle for the lead between Sochi, Chenso and Gregu. It's a hard Hungarian word, okay?
No, you're doing good. I think you're doing good.
Yeah, you're asking a French guy to speak in English and to pronounce Hungarian words.
Ask me to pronounce Gregu. I will not be able to do that. Yeah. So it goes both ways.
Yeah. It's not that hard, I think, because a lot of... Yeah, it's maybe the R in French are hard. But Chenso is starting to struggling right now, and Gregu is trying to overtake him. So close, nearly touching, I think, between the 2 Aston Martins. And I think it will be a 13 lap race long, or 12? 12 or 13 lap it will be.
Ooh, I think it's gonna be very close. I think we have 3.5 minutes left. 2.5. Yeah, I think we will have
13,
12 laps.
Oh, 12 laps for you? Okay. We'll see. For now, at least 3 more laps, including this one. And for now, we got 3 battle right now on track with brilliant battle for P1 between Sochi, Chenso and Gregu. Then further back we got a P6 battle between Neo Levy and Tamosius. And then Atish and Russell. Oh, I think Dudes went off. Yeah, I think Dudes went off. Unfortunately, was in P8, losing 3 positions. So Atish is back in P8. Russell in P9, and Philo will take P10. So yeah, we all got 2 battle right now on track. But more importantly, we got P1 that is really contested right now. And yeah, you're right. In fact, we'll have 2 more laps. We'll end with the 12th lap. And Chenso once again with a purple lap, 1:14.5. So really great lap for a race, I think.
Yeah, it's a very, very solid lap. Race pace as well. Obviously, the cars are a lot more heavy with compared to qualifying. We did see the 13.8 being done in pole position. We might see a move here.
No, it's a really hard part of the track to try and overtake. But Chenso will, in fact,
back off from the battle.
Try to make a lot of pressure for Sochi, and trying to push him to his limits, and maybe to a personal mistake. Gregu just is sitting right behind the two drivers and waits a neutral contact, for example.
I think the best thing for Gregu right now is to just wait it out, I think, and just see if they will make a mistake. In the meantime, we also see Sikkim getting very close to Dixon now, so anything could happen in the final lap.
Okay, so a lot of battle on track for the leading drivers. Battle for P1, P4, and P6. And P8. So yeah, a lot of battle. 4 battles.
Dixon went wide, so now Sikkim is up to 4th place.
Yeah. And on the outside Dixon will try to get back at him, but it will be impossible, and Sikkim will take, in fact, P4. Right now, Chenso will try to overtake Sochi. Oh, wow, it was really close. Gregu will try on the inside of Chenso and will go in P2. Really aggressive move for the French driver, and Chenso will get... No, okay, he will let pass Chenso. So really fair play from him, but Sochi will have the race victory thanks to this late move. Sikkim will try to stay ahead of Dixon. Neil Levy... a driver went really wide. Oh, it's Philo! Philo that went really wide, and I think he will lose a lot of position. Yeah, Dudes will take P10 once again. But further ahead, Sochi will take race win here at Goodwood. 3 different driver for the 3-win. Chenso with an impressive 2nd position, and Gregu finally get his maiden podium after 2 4th place finish. Will take P3, Sikkim in P4, Dixon in P5, MTK and Neil Levy will take P6. Tamosius will take P7 with a brilliant finish of 2nd and 7th for L Team. Atish with P8, Russell in P9, and Philo will unfortunately crash again and will finish in 13th position. Horrible last lap from Philo, and it will be really harsh to We Are Driven that will get the 2 last position. Oh, what an horrible... it's really an horrible last lap for both We Are Driven drivers. Dudes for Tanso Racing will take P10, Burnt Fry from Flatout win P11, Gaz in P12 for Tanso, and both We Are Driven P13 for Philo and P14 for Ace Killers. So yeah, terrible last lap for We Are Driven.
In the meantime, obviously, we did say that L Team is currently sitting in 6th place of Group A, and this is massive for them with the 2nd place and the 7th place finish. This is some very good points on the board for both of the teammates. And at the same time, if you'd like me to say, I also have the order for the 2nd race qualifying.
Yeah, we'll see that. Right after, we'll also need to maybe see the other results in the other group.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So in Group B, at the moment, I do believe we will have... Actually, let me get back to you on this a little bit in a few seconds.
So yeah, it was a really great first race for the evening. So in fact, we for now have 3 different race winners. Race 1 of round 1 for Zefik Sikkim, race 2 for IGTSH Adam Wolf, and race 1 of this round 2 in Group A will go to IGTSH Sochi. So yeah, great race for now. And yeah, it will be like it's for now look to be a really good operation for L Team that will try to grab that P4. We Are Driven with a really poor performance for them, so it will be really hard to stay in P4. Then we got Tanso. That will I think Tanso and We Are Driven will be close at the end of this round, but We Are Driven had a really great advantage, so yeah, we'll see. Oh, yeah, okay. little.
In the meantime, I do have the results for Group B and Group C if
Okay.
you want to hear it.
Yeah, just like I was saying, I think MTK will. Yeah, it's once again like MTK is not that much here for podiums, fighting, etc. So yeah, it's really really strange. Like I think both of us weren't think that MTK driver will not race for top 5 in podiums. I think it's a bit of a surprise. But for now, I think it will be enough to gain that maiden P4 on the standing of Group A. So yeah, let's now go on the race from the other groups.
Absolutely. So in Group B, we will have TRM Oli in the house taking the first place victory.
So, so 3
only-
consecutive race win for him, I think.
Yeah, so he's taken all the W's so far, but this time it wasn't so easy because he was only 2 seconds, or not even 2 seconds, ahead of GTHR Zanzi, the guy from the GTHR team.
Okay.
And behind him, believe it or not, his teammate actually came only 9,000ths of a second behind him. So I do believe it was a race to the finish line.
Yeah, I think.
In the meantime, for Group C, we actually have the GTHR driver taking, sorry, not the GTHR, the GTGC driver actually finishing in first place. I believe he did actually start in first place. But unfortunately, I think one of his teammates, his teammate actually made a mistake on the opening lap, which put him down into 7th. And so KSR Reger 4 for KSR GP team once again, as they did take the maximum points from last round, he managed to get a second place podium finish. And in third place, we have Gotham Child once again from GTHR's other team on the podium. So we have 3 GTHR drivers from the 2 different teams stepping on the podiums today.
So yeah, pretty interesting. Then for the grid of second race for this round 2, we'll just need to say that it will not be a reverse top 6 or reverse grid or another qualifying. It will be brand new concept brought by Clash of the Team. It will be a qualification, team qualification. So with the 15-minute session that we had earlier, will determine by additioning, I think, the timing, the lap of the drivers. Will determine the grid by putting teammates on the same row. So, yeah, we'll see. I think both Zefix and IGTSH in.
Indeed, so very, very close. So Zefix actually with Sickham's pole position by only 3,000ths of a second. He's done really, really well. But because Gregu finished in front of Dixon by almost 3 tenths, this puts Zefix on pole position. Only 3 tenths in front of IGTSH's duo. Then we will have L Team starting on the 3rd row of the grid with a very, very solid performance from both Chainsaw and Tamosius. We will have MTK Budapest. Although they weren't performing so well, as you said, they will be able to have another shot at a good finishing position here from the 4th row of the grid. We will have Flat Out E-Racing Black together with Burnt Fry and Russell on the 5th row of the grid. We will have Tanso Racing Group on the 6th row of the grid. And then starting on the last row of the grid, unfortunately, the unlucky results from VR Driven Gold will carry on into the second race's starting grid, as they will be starting from the final row.
So to do the entire grid, it will be so in P1, Zefix Sikkim, that will take once again pole position. So 4 pole position for him right now, even if there's only 2 qualifying sessions technically. In P2, once again, it will be Zefix Gregu, if you want to have the French pronunciation. That will take P2. Then in P3, we'll have IGTSH Sochi.
Correct.
In P4, we'll have IGTSH Dixon. In P5, it will be the Danish/Lithuanian driver Chenso. Brilliant result for L Team. In P6, it will be Tamosius. In P7, MTK Neolevi. In P8, it will be MTK Atish. In P9, we'll have the first flat-out racers, so it will be I think it was Burnt Fry first.
It will be Russell, so actually
it's Russell,
out
yeah.
qualifying his teammate on
Yeah,
the first race
yeah,
that
yeah.
he will be taking part.
So Russell will take P9, and Burnfry will take P10. So yeah, it's still an improvement for Burnfry. That we're starting in. He was starting in P12, I think, or in P12, just behind the Tansos, one of the Tansos driver. So and speaking of the Tansos driver, they will just start after. So in P11 we will have the other Tanso driver that is in fact TRJ Gaz, that will start in P11. In P12 we'll got Dudes. In P13 TNR Philo, and in P14 rounding out the grid we'll have the last we are driven drivers, that is Ace Killers. So yeah,
Indeed. That is our starting grid for the second race. So once again, we will see a very, very good performance from all drivers, and the qualifying result more or less reflecting on the race performance of everyone. But don't forget that we will actually have a 30-minute race this time. Would you like to explain?
Yeah, it will be a 30 minutes race, but we'll have a strategy this time, because there will be a biggest tire wear and fuel consumption, and we'll obviously have also two different compounds of tires. We'll have both mediums and hard tires available, and we're technically every driver should have both of them in a single race. So yeah, we'll see who will try to start on mediums and we will start on hards. Like we saw in Catalonia Barcelona, we'll see a lot of more drivers starting on hard than mediums, and we can already see, I think, that both Zephyx driver will start on medium, I think. So yeah, pretty interesting. And then for the second row drivers of IGTSH, it will be hard tires for both Dixon and Sotti. So yeah, really interesting, because the two best team right now will be on different strategies. Then for third row we'll got hard tires for both Tamosius and Chenso, and then MTK Budapest, I think they were also in hard, but yeah, it will be really interesting, I think. So now, second and last race of this round 2 for this group stage of Clash of the Teams. And I think, and you...
No, unfortunately the grid is wrong.
Yeah.
The grid is wrong, so we'll have to restart.
Oops. So like that we can see that who will start in medium 2. So restart, and we'll have, like that we can see that we'll have 5 team. Oh, and Sotti will be disconnected. So let's wait for Chinso and Dixon to say what they have to say. We never know. But we'll have right now 5 team that will start in hard, I think, and 2 that will start in mediums. And in fact, we'll got the first row team and the last row team that will go in medium. So yeah, pretty interesting for both of them.
Yeah, in the meantime, I'm not sure why the game didn't confirm the starting grid for the second race. But as soon as we see Sotti re-enter the lobby, we will have the correct order once again. I did set the order. I am not sure why it didn't change, but we will be on the way in just a few minutes delay, so there will not be any problems there.
So meanwhile, we'll talk about the entire group standings, because we didn't have time for now on this stream. Like we said, in the group A right now, the 4 qualified after only the first of the 4 rounds of this group stage. So it's right now Zephyx Motorsports in P1 with 363 points. In second place we got IGTSH with 326, Ferrari Racing with 236, and then it's really close with in P4 we are driven with 217 points, so really hard for them because they will actually be out of top 4 position in Group A. MTK Budapest in P5 with 183 points. That was only after round 1 the first eliminated team, even if there's still 3 rounds, so no worries for them or any of the other team that are out. There's still a lot of time. In P6, Lithuanian team with 142 points, and then Tanso last in 103 with 103 points for the English drivers. In Group B, it was a really good race, really good round 1 also for Total Race Motorsport with 350 points gained. So right now they are really good for the Hungarian team with one of the best racers of this championship all in the house. Then we got in P2 with 281 points GTHR Blue, so the Croatian team that is co-organizing this event with IGTSH. Then in P3 we are Driven Blue with 268 points. In 4th position World Racing League with 224. Hellenic Night Racing, one of the 2 P5 IFA that was technically virtually qualified for semifinals with 191 points. Then Charlatan Racing Team with 188, and the unfortunately struggling Flat Out E-Racing Purple with 65. And then for Group C, brilliant round 1 for KS that are Slovakian team with 475 points. The GT Greek community with 266, the Drivers Room with 221, and in P4 we are Driven Red with 214 points. GT Hrvatska Red with 208 technically was qualified, and then big surprise I think too for Vesprem Futsal Esports, that was I think P4 after pre-qualifying session.
Yeah, I think so. I think they did. You mean this is about Vesprem, right?
Yeah,
the VFE guys.
Vesprem.
I do think they did a very good result. Yeah, they did some brilliant teamwork to get a good result.
And for now, they are in P6 and last for in Group C with 136 points. So technically, yeah, we only got one. Yeah, I think it's 6 teams that will not be able to qualify for semi-final, but there are still 2 complete round and last race for this round 2. And we'll get back on the grid and we'll start for this second race. This time we'll have the great race position with first row for Zefix Motorsport with Sikkim once again in pole position, 4 out of 4 pole position for him, ahead of his teammate Gregu. In second row we got IGTSH with Sochi ahead of Dixon. In third row L Team with Chenso ahead of Tamosius. Fourth row for MTK Budapest with Neolevi ahead of Atish. Fifth row for the FOE drivers with Russell ahead of Burnfry, Gas, Dudes, Feedaway and Ace Killers. Rounding up the starting grid for second race. 30 minutes of racing right now for this round number 2 of the Clash of the Team here at Goodwood. It's the Aston Martin Vantage. And we're underway. No restart because no one is blocked on the grid, so good for that. And a brilliant race start for Gregu, and a horrible race start for Sikkim. And no, I think it was good for Eskilus.
The order is indeed correct.
Yeah. And the FOE driver will unfortunately go really far away. So yeah, it was hard for him. Gregu will still get first position with his brilliant start, but for Sikkim, both IGTSH drivers will overtake him, and now Sikkim on the outside of Dixon will go through in P3. Brilliant overtake from him, and now we'll need to get P2 back from Sochi. For now, third row will stay with P5 Chenso, P6 Tamosius, P7 Neolevi, and poor start from MTK Atish. I don't know what happened for him. Maybe we'll get... Oh yeah, are not able, unfortunately, to see, but I think he went really far away on turn number 4, so from P8 to P13, unfortunately. And now we'll battle with Dudes. Really great start for Philo. Oh, and it's... I think... Oh, and unfortunately, Philo, as I was trying to say that it was a good start from him, big crash. He was battling with Burns Fry and will crash. Oh, and it was by himself. Oh, big crash. Engine damaged. Oh, really poor luck from Philo. He was doing a great job. Is this a heavy damage or light damage?
No, we only have light damage. We see Philo's car is already repaired.
Oh, and Sochi is out! Sochi is out, and I think it was with Shikem. Tamosius is out too, on the same corner, and Shikem will wait for Sochi, so really fair play from Zefix. But now Chenso will take P3, and every drivers on the leading group will be really far away from Sochi, and now Shikem is in P10. Oh, it's really bad for the American drivers because he is in medium, remember? Meanwhile, Atish just take P11 ahead of Dudes. Tamosius go from P6 to P9. And
Chainsaw moves up to second place as well. Dixon going a bit wide into the last corner.
And I don't know why, but Sikem stopped to go back on last position. So yeah, it's a really unfortunate start for the American driver. And now Gregu is blistering opening laps, 2.6 seconds ahead of every driver. Chenso in P2, and now both IGTSH driver will be together. Dixon being Sochi is coming back at Dixon. So yeah.
Sikam in the meantime was in the pit lane, so he actually changed to the hard tire after spending 2 laps on the medium.
Yeah, interesting strategy for him. I don't know what happened. No, we can't. Excuse. It's
no, we will not restart. I'm not sure why the drivers are confused about their position.
I think because they thought they were ahead of Tansel's driver, I think.
No, Tioner Philo actually did come in 8th in the qualifying, but because of... Yeah, but unfortunately Ace Killers was 1.5 seconds off his pace, so that puts them into last place.
Yeah, okay. Oh, and ahead it was a MTK Atish that went really far away. And I think, yeah, he was in P10 battling with Dudes, and it was a personal mistake once again. So yeah, hard start for MTK Atish. And now Philo will get on the inside at turn 1 and will take P11 away from the Hungarian driver. Hard start once again for the MTK drivers. Even if Neo Levy is up in P5, 2 position gain for him. And both flat out racers also from... Oh, and they are battling each other. Not that smart right now because they really need to get far away from TRJ Gaz. So yeah, maybe not the best decision making for Burn Fry, and with Russell ahead of him. In the lead, IGTSH drivers just exchange position with Sochi now ahead of Dixon. And really far away from Chenso, and I think we can see a race win for Chenso if he's able to keep that race pace.
Yeah, actually, Chainsaw, I think he's looking at some really good... Obviously, this is a track where everything can happen. Anyone can end up in the wall, unfortunately. It takes a very little mistake to actually start, you know, in the position. Sorry. So it's really easy to make a mistake. This track absolutely has every characteristic to force people into a mistake. But we do see some mistakes already being made. That's what helps Chainsaw get into second place, and then he's holding on to it really nicely. Grego is showing some very good pace. In first place right now, pulling away. In the meantime,
yeah, I'll let you...
I will just...
yeah, Gregu now with a 3.7 second. And like maybe we can ask excuse to come here, but Yeah, 100%. If you didn't make any mistake, they were last. Maybe we should have for next round we'll need to how can we say that? To say the grid order to the chat in Gran Turismo, like that.
I have
no bad
I have
surprises.
the drivers have been communicated to and told that that the grid, if it's wrong, it will be realized by the host. The grid has been corrected. It was wrong the first time. We had Sochi unfortunately crash because of it. He joined back and then the grid was perfectly fine. The maths doesn't lie. So I spend just to tell the viewers, I actually spend after qualifying the whole of the 15-minute race actually sorting out the grid for all three groups. That's why I'm not really active in commentating either. And I checked back twice. I did set the grid this time as well. I'm not sure why it wasn't correct the first time, but the second time it was fully correct. So I am not sure what was happening. Either way, I'm glad that all the drivers are being really wise and following the rule that it's only a restart if the host itself says that it's a restart.
Yeah.
So everyone continuing racing. So no major problems there.
Okay.
But yeah, so
meanwhile, Tamosius will try to overtake Burnfry. Really good racing, and I think it was a crash behind them. I don't know who is the guy in P12, but unfortunately he just ran away. Tamosius on the inside of Burnfry. It will not work right now. And once again, we'll try contact between the two drivers. And Tamosius this time will take P8 from Burnfry. And it was Atish. Oh, once again, it's Atish with the mistake. So yeah, it's been a really tough race right now for Atish. Oh no, it's Jude. Okay, it's Jude. So it's my mistake. It was Jude. So the P11 guys. And yeah, it's a hard race also for Sikkim because Sikkim is a lap down. So yeah, it's the second driver that will not finish the race, or at least physically. Yeah, it's a hard race. Like you can see drivers that are really struggling mentally because it's a really tough track with no place to mistakes. Meanwhile, for now, I don't think there's any except for Dixon and Neil Levy. Oh, no, okay. So the closest gap right now is for Tamosius. That just been overtook once again by a Burnfry, and now Philo will take the inside to take P9 away from Tamosius, the ultimate driver, and now Philo will try to get back at Burnfry, battling for P8, and Dixon will stop. First pit stop, that is technically understable. We will try 20 minutes on mediums. So will it be possible from your point of view?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think I did this simulation once with the GTHR drivers together. We actually did some racing, and I do think that the medium will last. I think about 2/3 of the race distance very easily. It does go off at the end quite a bit, but yeah, I think it will be. It's a really good ideal time to stop.
Okay. We'll see what the other driver will do. Oh yeah, I forgot, but Philo was in medium, so that's why it's this quicker against the other, and he'll eat Burnfry really easily. Now is in P7 after the stop of Dixon, and we'll try to get back at the leading Brits, Russell and Gaz battling for P5. Greg will not stop. So now we will not have any stops. And now it's Philo. Philo that is attacked by Burnfry that will try to get back this P7 and will, in fact, get this P7 back. No stop for other hard drivers, so hard compound drivers from the start. So yeah, Dixon will have at least a 2-lap or an undercut for every other driver. So yeah, it's pretty interesting to see will it work for Dixon. Now Fitzphilo on the outside. It will not work once again. Really hard battle between Burnfry and Philo. And now amazing exit from the wheel-driven drivers. And I think he will take P7 once again from Burnfry. Just before the chicane. Oh, but he will go wide. Try to avoid, he will avoid. Oh, be careful with the... Oh, it was a really scary moment for Philo. And he will lose another position to Tamosius that will take P8, the L-Team driver. Yeah, it's a tough race for every driver here at Goodwood.
Yeah, you know, there's no curbs or anything. It's a prehistoric UK track. There is not really any sort of tolerance for the kind of modern day racing of having massive curbs and being able to ride them. So a mistake here is costly, you know. Yeah. So yeah, very good. So far the top 3 guys are hanging on. Unfortunately, Sikkim is still in auto drive. I'm not sure why. So this is a very poor result from him for this race, but nevertheless, we see Gregu trying to do some
big off from Tamosius. Yeah, okay, yeah, big 360, and another mistake at turn 4. He's really lucky because he wasn't on the limit, so he didn't get take back on the track at 0 kilometers. So yeah, he's really lucky, but he will lose another position to Philo, so Philo will take P8 back. Yeah, it was a really scary one for him, and Shochi just took mediums, so yeah, Dixon just did a 3-lap undercut on his own teammate. Maybe Sochi will have the best of the strategies, but for now, drivers will try to do a 50-50, I think, race between hard and mediums, and I think it was the most common choice, no?
Yeah, obviously, I'm just staying on to the medium for a longer time. 6x3 tire wear. The outside tires, so the left side tires, actually wear a lot during the race because there's a lot of right turns. But I don't think it's enough to stay on the hard for any longer than maybe maximum 10 minutes.
Okay, so yeah, it's already the half of the race. Will Chenso for now? I don't think Neil Levy that just took P3 will stay on track. No, he'll stay on. Yeah, he'll stop. Okay, so Neil Levy will stop 1 lap after Sochi. Russell will stay. Gas 2. Burnfry. Ooh, nearly out. Burnfry will stop. Philo will stay in medium. Tamosius will decide to continue and to follow Chenso. And Neil Levy will go out. Will Dixon, and I think Dixon will just about remain in his position, but the 4-lap undercut nearly didn't work on Neil Levy. Oh yeah, maybe a lot more than Okay, so yeah, it worked like as much. He didn't gain a lot of time, but it's still 2 seconds now. I don't remember what was the gap between them, but Dixon will stay ahead of Neil Levy, and for now I don't know if he'll gain a position because Neil Levy was approximately on this type of gap. Oh, and Gregu on the lead will
into
stop.
The pits.
Yeah. So he will do a half of the race in hard tires and not 10 minutes.
Yeah, so maybe I was wrong then. I didn't do most of these guys did a lot more practice than myself. Personally, I felt that the tires were hanging on, but obviously I did say the other thing as well about the controller use and everything, that we are expecting higher tire wears, especially on the front tires with the controllers. So, there's a big variation of tire wear during the race.
Okay. So very interesting because now it's the most important part. It's Sochi that will try to chase Gregu for the possible lead, even if it is Shade. So Sochi that will just overtake Russell right now to gain P3 back. So he just now is in his position, and he will need to gain 5.6 seconds on the French driver to try and overtake him. And I think
Very
now,
clean move.
will Chenso stop now for you?
Yeah, he has to. I think personally, I would see what the other guys are doing, and knowing that I'm like doing in a really good position on the race. Yep,
He'll
he
stop.
is,
Yeah,
there he
he'll
is.
stop. Chenso will go in the pits. Maybe it's time also for Russell, Gaz, Philo, Tamosius, that are all separating IGTSH driver that were 3 and 4 before the pit window. Chenso will go back now, and Sochi will stay behind. I think Chenso can win this race.
Yeah, I think Chainsaw is looking really good. I also did see that he put some fuel into his car. This is why Sochi is actually a bit closer to him now than before the pit stops. Partially because of the old hards as well.
Will Sochi gain slipstream? He must be, remember, inside the 8 tenths. And for now, we will not have slipstream on Chenso.
I think Chainsaw has to have a very good outlap here to have a good chance of getting Sochi. Right. Obviously, his tires are broken in.
Oh, it's close. It's close.
Also another, very, very close. He might have it. I think he has it in this corner.
On the outside, on the end of this corner, and he will not have slipstream. It was just really, really close. Enough. Yeah, it was really, really close. But maybe it's the turning point of this race for Chenso. He will not give slipstream to Sochi.
For Sochi, it would be very, very important now to catch up to Chainsaw. I would personally, because the drivers actually do have to save a bit of fuel onto this race. So personally, I would think that Sochi would need to maybe rev his car out a little bit more just so he can get closer, because it will be worth it afterwards when he can save in the slipstream, you know?
Yeah, but I think because...
Fastest lap as well.
Yeah, once again, obviously, because of these fresh medium tires, 114.1 for Sochi, but maybe we have an answer for Chenso. A lot of stops. Oh, and the crash. No, it was it was Sikkim, so that's why yellow flags. And we got 2 stops. Gaz and Tamosius will go into medium tires. Gaz will go back in P8 ahead of Burnt Fry that didn't. I think it stopped. He stopped a long time ago. I think Burnt Fry. He's 135. I think was his stop. Lap? Yeah,
lap 9 and lap 10 was when he pitted.
Yeah. Tamosius is out of the pit in P10. Atish stopped at lap 10. He's now in P11. Also Dudes. So now, who didn't stop? Russell. And I think it's... Russell and Philo didn't stop right now. Oh! What happened? I think that Philo is out of the pit, but he still have his old tires on his car. I think he had an issue. I think Philo had an issue.
So you think he didn't change tires?
Yeah, I think he got a pit glitch.
No. Ooh, yeah, maybe.
I think because it's a 123, so it's we'll see what will Philo do at the end of the lap. Burnt Fry will take P8. From the we have driven gold drivers, the only one still on track, and Philo will go once again.
Yeah, into the pits again. That's very unlucky.
So yeah, we'll see if there's any change. Russell had a decent lap. And Russell just been overtook by Gaz. Undercut worked for the Tanso driver on the flat out e-races, but unfortunately for Gaz, Burnt Fry is not that far away. For Philo, this time it's a good start, but now he just lost a position. 2 positions, sorry. Tamosius is now once again ahead of him, but really, really far away, like more than 10 seconds. They were battling, remember? And now it's MTK Atish that overtook TNR Philo, that is now out of top 10. So yeah, pretty hard.
Yeah.
And Sochi just take a slipstream from Chenso.
Oh, that is huge for Sochi. Yeah. In the meantime, we have Dixon and Neo Levy on each other as well, 4 attempts. So Neo Levy also into the slipstream. Not quite racing each other. Also, we have Russell on Gaz, so we have some driver duos developing here. So we have 3 duos together.
I think we got 3 battle. I don't think there's 3 battle right now. All for the top 8 position. So battle for P1, even if Gregu is still, it's still far away on the lead.
But don't forget that Gregu is actually on a reverse strategy. So Gregu is now on the hard tire, so he will probably be getting caught by the two guys
right
very,
now
very
it's
closely.
a battle for the lead between Gregu, Chenso, and Sochi. Battle for P4 between Dixon and Neolevy, and battle for P6 between Gaz, Russell, and Burn Fry. So 3 battle right now, and I don't think we'll be. Oh, and they crash, I think. Oh, it's Gaz. I think it's Gaz. Yeah, Gaz is out. The Tanto driver that was in P6 just did he been pushed or did he go outside by himself?
That was very, very unfortunate.
I think he was bit
Gaz went around one more time. He just returned to the track now. Unfortunately, he made yet another mistake now. Maybe he just lost the motivation. Maybe lost the drive to actually keep going. I mean, it does unsettle the driver a lot when they suffer from a crash.
It's true. But like now, he was in P6 battling to stay in P6. Now both flat out erasers are ahead, Russell and Burnt Fry, and now Tamosius overtake him, and now Atish. It will be hard to go. I think he will be able to battle for P9 at the end of the race with MTK Atish, because mediums will be really used, will be really where I think.
Yeah, mediums. I do think that it will be a bit. I mean, we did see a late pit stop from Chainsaw. Chainsaw has the freshest medium tires on at the moment,
and
so he has no reason not
Chainsaw,
to attack.
He's really close on Gregu. Brilliant lap with a 1:13.9 on a race pace. So now Chainsaw will try to take the lead. Like we said, both at the end of this pit stop, I think he's the best position to win the whole thing. Unfortunately, Dudes will go out meanwhile.
Very unlucky for the two Tanso drivers with Dudes and Gaz now.
And now, so I think either okay. Ooh, be careful on the. Okay, so every driver.
Dudes letting everyone
Chainsaw will try on the inside. He will try it and will go in the lead. Chainsaw will take P1 away from Gregu.
And look at Sochi now as well with the speed that he has.
I think he will be able to try on the inside, on the last sector.
But he does have a penalty, and he knows that he's not allowed to overtake with a penalty, and you can see him spending it as well. So
1/10 remaining, and it may be a. I think Chainsaw just got a big moment. So it was really scary for him. Unfortunately, he's not out of Slipstream with Gregu. Gregu will still have it, so I don't know if it's a good or bad thing, because Gregu will stay in Slipstream and will maybe not be attacked by Sochi. But in the other end, what is the most important for Chainsaw is to see Sochi really far away.
Yeah, and Sochi needs to let this penalty go, unfortunately. He does. There he is, but he still doesn't quite manage it.
Yeah. Try to get rid of it as quickly
as
possible.
This is the corner that he cut on the previous lap, so if he doesn't let go of it here, then he will have to have...
Yeah, I think he will not be able to... I think he will be on this particular straight line that we'll need to take, and on the braking zone like he did on last lap. I think he will get rid of it right now. Soon. Yeah, exactly. Like I said.
Yep.
And now he's he don't have any penalty anymore. But and
Gregu hits the wall.
Yeah, will hit the wall, and Sochi, it's a free pass for him. Really bad timing for the French driver. Sochi will take P2, but now is 1.5 seconds away from Chainsaw. Dixon
who is once again on the freshest tires as well.
Yeah. Oh, and Dixon just wait. Neil Levy will take P4, but poor entry for him, and Dixon will go back in P4. Dixon with some horrible medium tires right now. I don't think he will be able to stay 4 minutes ahead of Neil Levy to stay in P4.
Yeah.
Russell and Burns right now in 6th and 7th. Samoshus in P8, and I think I saw another battle. Yeah, it's Gaz that tried to stay ahead of Philo, even if it's on outliers for Philo.
Yeah, and basically Dixon's tires just show the exact thing I was talking about with the dual shock, because unfortunately Dixon does use the controller, so you can see the amount of tire where he has on the front tires. Like compared to Sochi, if you just pay attention,
Yeah.
I think they pitted together, but just Dixon has so much more.
Still 4 laps of difference. Dixon's.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, 4 laps before Sochi, so it's still.
Dixon once again racing with Neo Levy coming back down
yeah.
the inside of Dixon.
We'll try on the outside of this really long corner before the chicane. And Dixon will try to defend on the inside. And we need to be careful because it's really tricky this corner, but Neo Levy will perfectly take it and will go up in P4 finally. 3 minutes, and Dixon will take the wall, unfortunately, and I think it's P4 over for him, and Neo Levy will take now a big advantage of 1.6 seconds and will fly away from him. I don't know if he will be able. Dixon really needs to make zero mistake because Russell is not that far away with this type of tire wear.
Exactly.
So yeah.
In the meantime as well, just to raise awareness about the fuel levels as well.
Yeah.
Everyone has to start paying attention to the fuel. You see the top 3 guys, especially Gregu, running very low on fuel, and they still have to go 2 more laps on 1 tank. So it will be very, very interesting to see what the guys make of this.
I think they will not lose position, because Neo Levy is 24 seconds away, so it's a lot. But I'm pretty impressed with how much the gaps for top 3 explode, like 3.3 seconds away between Chenso and Sochi. So yeah, 2 seconds gained in 3 laps, and same between Sochi and Gregu, 4 seconds gained in 2.5 laps. So yeah, it's pretty impressive. I think Gregu is in Eco 6, I think he's in Eco 6 to don't have to box again, because he will need to do a 24th and last lap.
Yep. So let's see if the fuel lasts. But I think he would be considering pitting now if it wasn't to last. So I think he will manage to make it last. I mean, unfortunately, because of the hard tire, he's not really looking at anything better than 3rd place now. So he just has to do some damage limitation, and he has 22 seconds to do that. So.
Ooh, and meanwhile, I think that Philo just been. It's a strange. Because Philo, I think he was battling with Jules. Oh no, it's a personal mistake? Oh yeah, it's personal mistake. Okay. Yeah, Philo was not far away from Gaz, and he's struggling right now. And we're on last lap right now. Last lap of this race. Chenso just started it. Head of Sochi and Gregu. And not many battle right now. Like I said, it will be really close between Dixon and Russell. If Dixon won't take P5, it will need to be the most perfect last lap on this. Yeah, I think 2/3 used front left tires.
Yeah, very bad tires. He really has to pay attention.
So yeah, we'll see how many driver will be able to do a last lap. I don't know if Atish and Gaz will be able to do last lap.
No, definitely, yeah. So I think Gaz will be finishing the race here.
Atish, it will be really close. 2, 1, and yeah, 1 last lap for him. TRJ Gaz from Tanso Racing will take P10, head of Sikkim in P13. Tiana Philo will take P11, and Dudes will take P12. But meanwhile, it will be a 4th different winners in 4 races here on Group A, and a 3rd different team because Chenso from L Team will take the checkered flag. Impressive racing today for the Danish/Lithuanian driver. Sochi will take P2 and will take the most amount of points.
In the meantime, Russell passes Dixon for 5th place as well into the bottom corner of the track.
Greg will take another P3, and Russell, yeah, like you can see now on screen, just took P5 ahead of Dixon. Meanwhile, MTK Neo Levy will take P4. Finally, a top 5 finish position for the MTK Budapest esports driver, and it will be a relief for them. Russell with a really good P5 and a top 5 finish for Flat Out E-Racing once again. Dixon in 6th, Burnfry in 7th. So really great finish for FOE drivers. Tamosius will take P8. And last but not least, Atish from MTK will take P9, but it will be the win for Chenso.
Very good recovery for the L team guys as well. Unlucky in last round with Tamosius finishing solo down the order, but now Tamosius actually getting some good points on the board, and obviously with Chainsaw with the huge W, some massive points with the extra points that you get for winning. So I think L team is looking at much better than what they did last round. So they will certainly be moving up the leaderboard.
Yeah, exactly. Just need to check out one thing because I just want to see if there's any issues on YouTube. No, okay, no issues. Okay, perfect. Maybe you can ask Philo to come on the live streams like that. We can explain what happened.
Oh no, it wasn't Philo. It was Ace Killers, but I've actually
they teammate. So yeah, yeah, it was a pretty good one. So yeah. Thanks to everyone. Meanwhile, we can eventually present what will be the combo for round 3. Because like I said, we get like on the 7 combo that you choose, we get 7 different track and technically 7 different categories because we got group 1, group 2, group 3, group 4, low end race car, high end car, and Group X, I think, 2 of them.
Yeah, so we had Group X with the Red Bull Junior from last round. We had the Group 4 here. Next week we are looking at once again a Group 4, but then we will be moving on to Group 3. We will have an N600 for the semi-final and Group 2 for the final, and we also had an M400. So very, very good diversity of cars and tracks here.
Only the Group 1 that will be punished. We'll say. Yeah, you can maybe ask Philo or try to like.
No, it wasn't Philo. It was Ace Killers, but we actually took some. We actually had some discussion just now in messages, so it's no big deal. We will be sorting it out for the next round. So.
They understand what happened.
Yeah, absolutely. So there's no issues here. We're just gonna move on to the next round.
Yeah. So next round will be on another Group 4, like you said.
Yeah, so next round, Group 4, and it will be in the green hell. So some drivers love it, some drivers hate it. We will be certainly bringing from IGTSH, I can speak for myself, 2 very, very hardcore Nordschleife enthusiasts, if I should say. So I'm sure that we will see a good diversity of drivers here, because I know that some drivers do really hate the track, but then there are some that really love it. So. And there will be one other interesting thing is that we will be going one softer on the tires, so we will actually have the racing soft and the racing medium available for the drivers. And there's also another twist to this round, which means that for the first race we'll be racing in the broad daylight, but for the second race the race will be at night, the pitch black.
And what will be the car, because you didn't precise it?
Oh yeah, so the car will be a Group 4 Audi TT.
Oh yeah, yeah.
On the soft tires and the front wheel drive car, we will be also seeing some interesting tire wear, and because there's not many laps, because the lap itself is 8 minutes, we will be seeing a very different, amount of laps being picked up on both compounds, this time to soft and the medium.
To conclude this live stream, we'll talk about the results of race 2 on Group B and Group C, and also to analyze these results and what they are meaning to the Group A standings. So I'll let you start with Group B.
Yep, so with Group B we have GTHR Zanzi actually taking the W.
So first win race. That is not Olin Daos in Group B.
Yeah, so Oli actually only came 5th place. He came behind by 14 seconds. So it was either a mistake or he didn't have the pace, but I'm sure we will see it at the end. But it's actually not just Zanzi in first place. It's actually Crowhawk, his teammate, in second place. So it's a 1-2 for GTHR in Group B. Massive result as well from Doubled Fusion in third place for VR Driven Blue. In third place, obviously finishing a solid podium finish for the VR Driven Blue team. Then we have HKRT Kulinen, a very fast Greek driver in 4th place. Then, as I said, we have Oli in the house in P5. Double Fusion's teammate in 6th place, P1 Dylan, so 3rd and 6th place respectively for We Are Driven Blue. That's a very, very good result. Then Oli's teammate, TRM Finger from Total Race Motorsport in 7th place. We have Damon Skill, who is, I believe, the teammate of the driver who I believe finished just 1 second. So Damon Skill, so Damon Skill is actually the teammate of WRL Fish, who I believe didn't make the top 12 because I can unfortunately see the top 12. So so I believe he DNF'd the race actually. So WRL Fish DNF'd. His teammate 8th in Damon Skill, Zaboniero in 9th place, teammate of Kulinen from HKRT in 4th place. For 10th and 11th, we have the CRT guys of George Marge and the CRT Hot Lap. And in 12th place, we have Noodlester and Hulk. In 13th place, respectively, from FOER Purple.
And then on Group C?
And then on Group C, we have the GTGC driver actually making it stick, once again winning the 2nd race as well. So I believe he had the perfect weekend of pole position, 1st race win and 2nd race win as well. So closing it out for Gran Turismo Greek community in 1st place, his teammate down in 4th place. So very strong results from GTGC. 2nd place, Gotham Child from GTHR, the other team of GTHR. KSR Regger once again making the 3rd place for KSR GP team. Not as good of a result as last week, but it's certainly very good points once again. 4th place, as I said, GTGC's 2nd driver. We have Spooky Luki in 5th place, who is the driver of Driver's Room. So very good, solid results for Driver's Room as well. They needed the points. 6th place, GTHR Felix Arbus, so the teammate of Gotham Child in 2nd place. So team VSCHO 10 in 7th place. That's the We Are Driven Red driver out of the two, the better finisher for 2nd race. Then we have in 8th place Jev Kusker, the teammate of Spooky Luki for Driver's Room. 9th place TRG Obi-Wan, the other driver for We Are Driven Red. Boss Norby in 10th place from the Vesperian Futsal Esports team. And his teammate, so he came 10th, his teammate in 12th place. So unfortunately, once again, not a good round for VFE. They did finish last in the previous round, and unfortunately, they also did this race. So they need to be collecting some more points. And then in 11th place, we have KSR Attila, the teammate of Regger, who finished 3rd place. So unfortunately, not a good result.
They got a big advance, so yeah, it will not be that bad for them, I think.
Yeah. I mean, the points collected in 1st place, I'm sure they're not in danger, but yeah, definitely not a strong showing. But regardless, his teammates still got the podium, so still a podium on KSR GP team's side, although they didn't do so well. So yeah, just a huge congratulations to everyone on the other teams, on the other lobbies as well.
Hey Dixon, how are you? Hey, I don't know if you heard them right now, but I already trained my Hungarian's pronunciation, so I hope you'll like it. I really hope you like it. Okay, then to conclude this stream, we'll need to talk about what we learned on this Group A and what will happen after on standings after this round 2. I think with this unfortunate P13 for Sikkim after a brilliant run and 3 consecutive podiums, this P13 will make it difficult for Zefix to stay in P1, but Dixon was a little bit far away from both Gregu and his own teammate on IGTSH. 30, I think it was. 30.
Sochi, yeah. So
easy.
that was 37 points between, if I can count still. 37. Yeah, I'm pretty confident it's 37 points between Zefix and Independent GTS Hungary in 1st and 2nd place. Unfortunately, because of Sikkim finishing lower down the order, but then Dixon and Sochi stepping up. Now I think there will be a change in position there.
But it will be really close. I think because Zefix in round 1 in race 1 gained maybe a little more points. Oh no, because it was a 30 win. So yeah, I think IGTSH will take the lead, but not by that much. I think by 20 points maybe.
Yeah, it will still end up very close. I mean, Gregu still finished 3rd on the podium, so you know, it's regardless of Sikkim unfortunate result, Gregu is still there.
And I think that I think both of those teams will get 100 points ahead of every team, I think, and maybe more. So yeah, it will be like Group A will be either won by Zephyx or IGTSH. It will be a really close battle, but I think they are pretty much qualified for semi-final. Then P3 to P6, it will be a big changes, I think. With L team, I think that they will be able to go from P6 to P3. I'm pretty sure that they will be able to jump out. At least We Are Driven and maybe MTK also. I don't know if they will be able to catch up to Flat Out Racing, because they will need to gain nearly 100 points, advantage to Flat Out. But I think that Flat Out, and L Team and MTK will be really close in the P3, 4, and 5th position. So yeah, it will be the big battle for semi-final. And then We Are Driven that will be down in P6, and that's still here because Fido is a great driver. So yeah, we'll need to still focus on them. It will be hard also for Tan, so I think they will still be in P7 of this Group A after this round 2.
Yeah, because we did see, the MTK driver. I think he did a solid. I think it was Atish or Neo Levy. I'm not sure, but one of the MTK drivers you did mention as well at the end of the race that they did a really good result. So so I'm sure that they will be jumping far enough to be in a, at least secure the 5th or maybe even 4th position in Group A for now. I don't think Danso has done quite enough to move out from the last place, especially now that L Team had some solid points on the board.
Yeah. So yeah, I think it will be something like that. So big battle for P1 between two teams, Zephyx and IGTSH. Huge battle between 3 to 4 teams for semi-final with Flat Out, L Team, and MTK Budapest. That will be 3rd, 4th, and 5th. And we'll see if they will be able to be one of the two groups that will have a 5th position qualified to semi-final. Remember that every top 4 finish on these 3 groups will qualify directly to the semi-final, and then it will be the best 5th of those groups. The last 5th will be eliminated with all the 6th and 7th, so it will be 6 teams that will be out, unfortunately, of semi-finals. At semi-finals, we'll have to 20 to 14 teams. On Group B, I think that Total Race Motorsport, GTHR Vatska Blue will be safe with the things that you said.
Yeah, in fact, I think obviously Oli last second race of the day. I do think that GTHR, because they did the 1-2, I don't think we quite realize. It's really hard to fathom the amount of extra points that someone gets for winning, and the extra bonus points that you get from finishing really high up in the order. So I do think there is a genuine chance that GT Hrvatska Blue will actually overtake TRM in Group B, but we will have to see. But it's going to be very, very close, I think, between the two teams.
Say back the two teams, in fact? Just to...
GTHR and Total Race Motorsport,
yeah, okay,
so
yeah,
1 and 2.
I was scared that I was, that you sent suggestions that I was not aware, but yeah, okay, it was still those team. So I think it will be a great battle between those two for the lead. And then on Group C, I think that KZR and GTGC will be safe to go out on semi-final. So yeah, we can already see the 6th first team to go on semi-final after 2 rounds, or big catastrophe, I don't think it will happen for those 6 teams. I think they will go in semi-final, but it will be close, and they will need to work hard to save their position, I'll say. A big surprise for Vesprem.
Yeah, Vesprem, VFE drivers, once again, unfortunately, the poor result in first, and then now I think they came to 10th and 12th again. They will, I'm sure, personally I know them obviously because they are my fellow countrymen from Hungary. I know that they are very strong on the combos coming up now. I do know that they have a lot of experience, so I think we will see some corrections in the amount of points that they have, but I personally think that the 72 point or 62 point lead that they 72, I think. Yeah, so the 72 point deficit that they have from fifth place, sorry, from GTHR Red. I think that will be increasing with this round as well.
And yeah, I think we got all. Now I think you get all too. So now, yeah, like I said, we'll see you next week, not last week because we can't move back in time. Next week for round number 3 out of 4 of this group stage of Clash of the Teams that will be on the Nürburgring Nordschleife with the Audi TT Cup with another group 4 that will be the only categories that we will see twice on this championship after N300 and group X that we already saw. We'll got a second group 4, the only that we'll see twice. It will be next Tuesday, probably still on Group A for this stream with myself, Illusion, and Richie from IGTSH. And yeah, I think it's it. So thank you, Richie, to have been once again here. And I think see you next Tuesday.
Yeah, it was a pleasure commentating together with you. And thank you to everyone that watched. Thank you to all the racers that joined and had a blast today. I certainly had a lot of fun. Obviously, we had some difficulties, but we came over them in the end and presented a brilliant race to once again. So thank you to Roman, GT Illusion. Check him out, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. He's everywhere. And yeah, thank you guys.
See you soon. See you Tuesday. Bye-bye.